Right now at 11. Bulls on parade. Yes, you heard that right. Cows escaping from a rodeo in North Attleboro today. Hear from one shocked resident who couldn't believe his eyes. And bones in Barrington, a shocking discovery on a construction site. What we know about the human remains found by a contractor. And Kelly is tracking our forecast.
Yeah, weather-wise, we are starting off the fall season with a definite mid-fall-like feel. I'll let you know when we can get back to more seasonable numbers coming up.
ABC 6 News 11 at 11 starts right now.
Our top story tonight on 11 at 11. It's definitely not something you see every day. 8 bulls breaking free from a rodeo and sending first responders into a frenzy as they romp around town. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Alyssa Azara. It all started just after noon when North Attleboro firefighters working a rodeo at the Emerald Square Mall witnessed the bulls escape their pen, run through the mall parking lot, and escape behind a nearby restaurant. Officials say one bull was caught shortly after escaping. 6 were caught on camera by dozens of shocked commuters as they crossed Route 1 and entered the Prescott Street neighborhood in Attleboro. Our ABC 6 news crews were there around 4:30 as police, firefighters, and cowboys all worked to corral the cattle back into their trailer in a resident's backyard.
We were literally sitting on the couch, and in the corner of my eye I thought we saw like a horse, and then we went outside, we saw 6 bulls just coming down the road, and we were like in panic trying to tell my neighbor over there because he was outside chopping wood. They immediately took a turn and they just went right to the back of the house and just stood in the corner.
The search is still on for the 8th bull believed to be missing. Officials say if you see the bull, don't approach it and call 911. We reached out to Emerald Square Mall about the rodeo and have not yet heard back. The one-day event is currently under investigation, and thankfully, in all of this, no one was hurt. New tonight on 11 at 11. Pawtucket police need your help finding the man on your screen. Officials say 78-year-old Armando Aquino left his home at 11:30 Sunday morning and hasn't been seen since. Police say he was going to Slater Park or Foxwoods Casino. He could be driving a black 2019 Mitsubishi Outlander with Rhode Island license plates. If you see him or think you've seen him, you are asked to call Pawtucket Police. Taking a look at more headlines from today now. Barrington police are investigating after human remains were found buried at a job site in town. It happened Thursday after a local contractor found the bones while excavating a construction site on Elm Lane. The state medical examiner's office came and took several pieces of evidence from the scene and would later confirm human bones were found. Police say they believe the burial was not a recent event and the scene is secure. The investigation into that discovery is ongoing tonight. Let's get a check on the forecast now. Meteorologist Kelly Bates joins us live in the Weather Center. Kelly, the temperatures are dropping. You can feel it.
Absolutely. And you know what? If it feels colder than it should be, you're absolutely right. We've been running below average for the past couple days now, and that is actually part of our new trend that's going to take us into the first part of the week ahead. Right now in downtown, we do have a good deal of clouds still hanging on. We at least got rid of the rain that had been around earlier. We are down to 59 degrees. Winds are moving in from the north at around 12 miles per hour. Our current temps across our corner of southern New England range from the 60s in Taunton. At 61, we've got 59 in New Bedford and Westerly, 56 in Smithfield, 57 in Newport, and 59 out on Block Island. Now, our satellite and radar shows upper level clouds here too. We also had some showers that were around earlier, but again, they are gone. Now our attention sort of turns to what's coming in from the west, and that is a front that will give us our next chance of precipitation. As of now, it looks like that next chance of precip isn't going to come for a couple of days, as this coastal low keeps clouds in play as we go through the next couple of days. So through Tuesday, look for mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to hold colder than average, topping out only in the mid-60s, where this time of year our average high is actually about 72. We do go back to full sunshine. In fact, next weekend is going to be a treat if this forecast holds. I'll tell you how nice it's going to be coming up in just a couple minutes. Alyssa?
Sounds good. Thanks, Kelly. Turning now to some ABC6 News traffic alerts. Starting tomorrow and happening throughout the week, Newport residents will not be able to take Spring Street at Narragansett Avenue due to construction. Officials are asking drivers to plan ahead and seek alternate routes. RIDOC crews also finishing up the last of the repairs on the Elmwood Avenue Bridge this evening. This is footage from a RIDOC camera around 9:30 tonight. Paving is expected to finish before Monday morning's commute. The project was funded by a $251 million infrastructure grant. Now to other local stories making headlines this weekend. A Dartmouth man charged in connection to a deadly stabbing in New Bedford. The Bristol County DA's office says 31-year-old Tyler Dow Baglini is charged with murder in connection to the stabbing death of 31-year-old Carrie Fildago. Police responded to a home on Atlantic Street in New Bedford Friday night and say they found Fildago suffering from stab wounds. She died at the scene. Baglini was taken to St. Luke's Hospital for a psychiatric evaluation and will be arraigned on that murder charge Monday morning. Meanwhile, in North Kingstown, the second annual Paddle for Progress Fun Paddle was held in Wickford Harbor. At least 100 people participating in the 2-mile paddle to raise awareness and money for breast cancer research in the Ocean State. The event was inspired by Teresa Graves' former breast cancer patients, Deb Shapiro and her daughter. Graves says they are also trying to raise awareness for the amazing medical care offered right here in Rhode Island.
The community of patients and people that came out today in this weather, which is classic Rhode Island, is so heartwarming.
At our inaugural event last year, we tied pink ribbons on the boats, and we've decided that that will be an ongoing tradition, and you see more pink being worn this year, all part of raising that visibility about breast cancer care.
Today's event raised more than $55,000, and organizers say they plan to have this event for years to come. Cranston Police hosting their annual Fall Festival to show off all the city has to offer. Today's festival drew in thousands of people with a look at what the city's emergency services have to offer as well. There was also food from some local restaurants, vendors, and live music. Proceeds from today's event go to creating more community outreach opportunities in the city. Sounds of today's music festival in Smithfield. Hundreds showing up to the Revive the Roots Rootstock Music Festival. The festival is held at the nonprofit's farm on Farnham Pike and happens rain or shine. Organizers say it's a great way to get people together and enjoy the outdoors, as well as celebrate the work of the farm's volunteers.
It's a celebration of this beautiful land that we get to grow on, that we get to host events on, and be creative and grow our community and connect people to people.
This is the festival's 4th year being held. Happening across New England, organizers of the Big E in West Springfield sharing on social media that on Saturday the festival set its own all-time single-day attendance record with an incredible 178,608 fairgoers. Saturday's numbers are followed up by today's numbers with roughly 150,000 people. In national news tonight at 11, the state of California has officially banned all plastic shopping bags. The state already banned thin plastic bags, but shoppers could still buy thicker and reusable plastic bags to use when shopping. The new law will ban the bags starting in 2026. Supporters of the bill say it will help further protect the state's coastline and wildlife. Now to our continuing coverage of the war between Israel and Hamas. Israel and Hezbollah trading a barrage of rockets over the weekend, firing into northern Israel, launching hundreds of strikes, and now there are growing fears of an all-out war. All this as Israel's war against Hamas rages on in Gaza. Here's ABC's Chuck Severstein with the details.
An Israeli airstrike on a school sheltering displaced families in Gaza killed 6 people on Sunday, according to Gaza Civil Defense. This woman says she's been displaced 7 or 8 times, saying she left her house after her husband and 2 children were killed. She came to this school with her remaining 2 children, thinking it was safe. Israeli military said it was targeting militants operating from within the school. That attack and other violence reported in Gaza comes amid a surge of airstrikes further north between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah across Israel's border with Lebanon. The Israeli military saying they struck more than 400 targets in Lebanon as Hezbollah was preparing to launch missiles into Israel. Hezbollah, which has been deemed a terrorist organization by the U.S., returning fire, launching about 150 rockets into Israel on Sunday. Hezbollah says the barrage was an initial response to the deadly attack last week. Israel detonated pagers and walkie-talkies in Lebanon. A senior U.S. official telling ABC News that the U.S. is seeing signs that a larger conflict with Lebanon is inevitable, with Israel seeing Hezbollah as very vulnerable right now and Hezbollah wanting revenge. The White House continues to push for a diplomatic solution.
But we're going to do everything we can to keep a wider war from breaking out. And we're still pushing hard.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu writing in a statement Sunday that Hezbollah has not stopped attacking Israel since October 8th of last year, and that Israel will do whatever is necessary to restore security to its borders. Sources say Netanyahu is also considering a plan that would involve forcing all Palestinian civilians to leave northern Gaza and then refuse aid for the remaining people in the area. The plan was formulated by a group of retired Israeli generals. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
Still to come on ABC 6 News at 11, Kelly will be back with your full 7-day weather forecast and a look at what the first week of fall is going to feel like. Stay with us. We'll be right back.